Today we're going to do some pruning of the tomatoes. So pretty much when you get a hot mess like this, we're working into the sun here, so we're going to have some problems recording here. But when you get to the hot mess like this, you're going to have the problem where you have leaves that are starting to turn yellow, leaves that are on the ground. I can tell you from experience, this is not what you want. So as you can see from these two plants, I've taken all the leaves off the top foot. Even if I literally just cut the leaves and break them off. Anything that hangs below a foot, you literally want to break off. So, you know, like this, you're going to want to take it up and then take it down. Try not to get the little string that runs. Like this, I don't know where it comes from. So I'm literally just going to break it off. These plants have more than enough leaves. And no matter where on the plant you're at, if you start getting sets that are diseased, you want to snap. You want to carefully snap the entire set off. So there's something going on here. And these are all heirlooms, so we're going to have issues. Like this one's hanging down. There's no light down here. I mean, we're facing east right now. Nothing is going to get in here light-wise. So again, you know, all these leaves need to go. Also, any new suckers that form way down here, it's also, you know, it's just, they're not going to be like this sucker here. This sucker's never going to get enough light. So we're going to carefully snap that off. You want to burn everything. You do not want to compost any of this. So I am disposing it into the garbage. It will be disposed of by the city, the county, I mean, sorry. So at this point, you know, like I said, like we got some serious disease going on here. This is the bumblebee. It looks like I missed some tomatoes too. And so we're going to pull those tomatoes off. I'm also going to try to pull some of the stuff that got a little out of control and try to get it attached to the cage. But you need airflow. Airflow on top of the stuff splashing. Airflow is also a big enemy of what you're trying to do. So, you know, any kind of leaves that are coming down, you don't need 3/4 of leaves on this plant. You know, Praxis has done this too, where he's shredded this thing down to the ground and left, you know, almost no leaves. If you've seen hydroponic setups, you don't need all those leaves. You know, pull these all off. Make sure there's no debris on the floor and on the ground. And I'll be back in a couple minutes to show you, you know, what it ended up with here. Okay, I have everything trimmed up. As you can see here, I've gotten, you know, everything on the top or the bottom 1 foot chopped off. There's a couple things over here I'm actually going to lift up, so they're actually still on the ground, but you notice all the leaves are gone. And then on this one, I'm actually topped this one off on all the growth tips. And I'm letting this one grow just enough to get the tomatoes actually harvested, then I'm cutting it off. And same with this one. I will end up cutting off the growth tip here and then, you know, letting this one finish itself off. But everything else is all trimmed up. I got all most of the blight off, and I got one back there I missed. And you want to use plastic gloves whenever possible, and then change them often so that you can just throw them out so you don't spread disease. And that's pretty much what you got to do to start maintaining your tomatoes this time of the year. Most of you are probably ahead of me on this because your plants are probably much bigger than mine.